What's up, family? It's me, your boy, your urban sports guru. I just want to holler at y'all real quick about the big super fight that's coming on tomorrow night. Real big super fight between Triple G, Gennady Golovkin against Saul Canelo Alvarez, the rematch. And I made a post, I think it was earlier today on Instagram. Thank you for the like, thank you for the follow. YouTube, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you, I appreciate it. I made a post and it was about Canelo Alvarez. Now I seen the Instagram, I seen pictures all over on social media, or whatever, about how his physique was thinner, and I've seen that, and noticed it, and I've also I assumed that he would come in lighter. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I thought he would come in lighter, knowing he would have to be evasive because Triple G hit so hard. But then I see him so much smaller, and he still comes in at the 160 limit. And I have to ask the question, why is it we so easily put the question mark up for Manny Pacquiao, but yet Manny's failed no test? All he did is fight in Malaysia. But yet, this motherfucker Canelo Alvarez, who's failed tests twice, this motherfucker done failed twice, and we don't raise an eyebrow to that shit. Now he comes in slimmer. Excuse me, for all the sports buffs out there, didn't Jason Giambi do this when he did play for the Yankees? All of a sudden he was called out as a drug cheat. He uses steroids. He came into camp noticeably slimmer. Now you see this motherfucker doing it, and nobody's batting an eye. Nobody's bringing that shit up. Are you fucking serious? If he wasn't on the juice, I think he's on it now. I think everything about him has been about not getting knocked out by Triple G. His whole game plan in the first fight was survival. And he had a chance to win. That's the crazy part to me. He had the chance to win. Juiced up or not, he had the chance to win. Because he was beating Triple G to the punch, and Triple G was not sharp. He wasn't sharp. And he wasn't going to the body because he was afraid of those counters. Even though he has a great chin, but still, the worst punch in boxing you can get hit with is the punch you do not see coming. Then, like everything, because what it is another thing that gets talked about with the first fight that annoys me. Nobody talks about this. Triple G's power was wearing him down. And this is why you've seen Canelo time and time again from the third round on and go to the ropes. Triple G will hit him with a punch that he would block, and after that he'll go to the ropes. Now those who watch this and those who subscribe and those who listen to me, y'all have heard me say this plenty of times. It's not about the big knockout punch. It's about being in there with a guy. I can tell you the first person narrative. I've been on both sides of this. When you in there swinging with a guy, and everything he hits you with hurts. Even the punches you're blocking hurts. And that's what I think was wearing him the fuck out. It was completely wearing him the fuck out. Where he could come out with a great flurry, bing, 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 bing. Then he'll get hit with something that he will partially block or even completely block, and it will wear him the fuck out. And he'll start going to the ropes. And Triple G was just picking him off, scoring. Because his activity, why else would he just go to the ropes? Why would he be so evasive then start going to the ropes? That's not intelligent. He did that because he's fucking tired. He's in survival mode. And that's the first thing that's irking me. Nobody's like seeing these obvious signs that this motherfucker's juiced. We seen the pictures from the first weigh-in. I had those injections in his fucking abdomen. I mean, everybody knows by now that is a clear sign that you're getting something shot. You're getting injections. What else would they be injecting? Bad meat. And it's not all the way. I wanted to believe him too because cause I'm a fighter. I love him as a fighter, but now everything about him has a question mark. Everything about him has a question mark. Manny, his spidey sense, my spidey sense started tingling because of where he fought. Canelo, everything about him looks tainted to me. Everything. And I thought Triple G was going to win this fight regardless. I think even more so now because the hate is real. It is tangible. And I think he just doesn't want to knock him out. I think he wants to beat the shit out of him. I think he wants to beat the living shit out of him, and I hope he does. I have no remorse. This isn't for someone who's taking PEDs in pugilism. I have no remorse. None whatsoever. For you to do some shit like that. This is the hurt business. And for you to cheat and do some shit like that deliberately, I understand there's a lot of people when you're taking different like supplements, things can happen. Roy Jones, a man with a great physique, one of the best pound for pound fighter I've ever seen. He's even testing positive once for something that was over the counter. But so you have to be careful about shit like that. But I don't trust anything about him. Nothing. And this is my breakdown how the fight's gonna go. Canelo's gonna be faster, but Triple G will be sharper than what he was in the first fight. Triple G doesn't have the ring rust that Canelo's gonna have because he hasn't fought in a year. Triple G's not the one coming off a knee surgery like Canelo is. And I think because the hate is real, Triple G is going to commit. And which fighter commits is who's going to win. And here's what I mean by commit. And Annabelle Sanchez was saying some things this week, and he sounded like a fucking idiot because he was like just basically trying to dare Canelo to stand there and trade with him, which will never happen. And Bernard Hopkins, shout out to B-Hop, I've always been a big fan. B-Hop made the point of, if you have a 22 and the guy has a shotgun, would you get into a shootout with him? The way he puts it, he's absolutely right. But for Canelo to win, and juiced up or not, he's going to have to commit to some degree. Because his lack of commitment, his lack thereof, even when you were beating the guy to the punch, is the reason why he lost the first fight. You caught Triple G on an off night. This is what you wanted. This is why you and Oscar postponed this fight for 2 fucking years, to catch this man just a little bit slower, or you could be able to evade him and get away from him. And you were doing that. But his punches wore you down, and guess what? You caught him on a night where he was not sharp. You did not take advantage of that, and I don't think that shit is going to happen again. But if you think I'm to prove me wrong, he's going to have to commit. Still box, be slick, but he's going to have to stick his beak in more than what he did in the first fight. Meaning, he's going to have to keep doing those things that were positive for 3 minutes, not doing from the first 30 seconds, then either run haul ass or lay up on the ropes for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's what I mean by commit. Floyd Mayweather never stood toe-to-toe with anybody. But guess what? He didn't run either. The game is about hit and not get hit. Floyd Mayweather didn't run. You know what I'm saying? Like, he committed to his slick boxing. And did it for all 3 minutes of the round. That's what Canelo's going to have to do. Triple G is going to have to commit. Especially when he has him close, he's going to have to take those chances to go to the body. Now, we talking about Triple G, a guy who fought over 300 amateur fights and never once got knocked down. Fought, 38 professional fights and never once got knocked down. The best chin in the sport. He's going to have to commit. He's going to have to commit. He's going to have to risk maybe even taking a possible knockdown to land those punches that's going to get Canelo out of there. He's going to have to take that. Those opportunities will be there. If he commits like